The militants' forces pushed deeper into Kobani Friday. US airstrikes have galvanized the Kurdish defense, but there are growing fears that the city will soon fall to the Islamic State. The Kurds are defending the town for good reason, says Michael Stevens, head of the Royal United Services Institute in Qatar.
The leader of the PYD, which is the biggest Syrian Kurdish party, was actually born in Kobani. He's from there. And so there's an emotional connection there, and there's a political connection. It's about signalling your determination to hold your de facto autonomous areas, which you have won in this battle that's been raging in Syria.
Kobani was a test case for Kurdish autonomy, says Professor Ibrahim Serkechi of Regent's University in London.
They set up communes there, so it was kind of a little self-rule case study.
The United Nations Special Envoy to Syria, Staffan de Mistura, warned the lives of up to 700 civilians still living in the city were at risk. He called on Turkey to allow Kurdish volunteer fighters into Kobani.
We would like to appeal to the Turkish authorities in order to allow the flow of volunteers, at least, and their own equipment in order to be able to enter the city and contribute to a self-defense operation.
Kurds in Turkey have reacted furiously to Ankara's stance and accused the government of supporting the Islamic State. Riots in several cities have killed scores of people. Kurdish separatists known as the PKK fought a decades-long war against the Turkish state until peace talks began last year. Professor Serkechi says Ankara is wary of strengthening the Kurds.
If you support PKK or fight against ISIS today in northern Syria, that will mean directly strengthening PKK and making it a more or stronger party in the negotiation, particularly within Turkey as part of the peace process.
Ankara does not share the Western view of the Kurds as allies, says Michael Stevens.
They have made a calculation that ISIS and the administration of Kurdish Syria are both bad guys, and if ISIS wins, it's probably the lesser of two evils.
But Stevens says allowing the fall of Kobani would backfire on Turkey.
I think in the long run it's a disastrous policy, simply because there are two other Kurdish cantons, much larger, with much better defences, which won't be taken. And are those going to be friendly to Turkey in the future? Absolutely not.
Turkey says any intervention in Syria must be done multilaterally with NATO partners and should include action against the government forces of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. Analysts do agree that as the conflict becomes more complex, there are no easy answers. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.